Well, good day. This is DK Bold and another Bold Business Report. Here's your Wall Street Journal update for Tuesday, April 20th. Now, once again, I'm taking a look of the last updates from the Wall Street Journal on my iPad. Jury's still out on what I think of this, but at least it's handy for Wall Street Journal updates. Now, I also want to preface this entire update with the opportunity for you to get a free DVD. And if you're like me, hey, anything free, can't go wrong. Pay attention, watch all the way to the end, and I'll give you instructions on how you can get a free DVD. It's going to talk a little bit about the potential conspiracies that are going on that is against your money. Now, first up on the front page of the Wall Street Journal, the SEC is split on the Goldman case. Now, SEC has decided to sue Goldman Sachs over the objections of two Republican commissioners. This potentially politicizes this entire process. Now, the SEC alleges in 2007 that Goldman deceived clients selling mortgage securities secretly designed by hedge fund king John Paulson. Now, Goldman's defense is that they lost $90 million. They are downplaying the event, and the trader involved with this has been put on paid leave indefinitely. Second up on the front page, we have our allies kill two chiefs in Iraq in the Iraqi alQaeda. Iraqi security forces killed the top two leaders of alQaeda in Iraq, part of the group that's responsible for many of the recent attacks. The death of these two leaders could make it easier for troop withdrawals, and it would boost the Iraqi Prime Minister. Now, speaking of the Prime Minister, he needs that boost because there's been several bombings, and there's currently a recount of the 2.4 million votes that, because of this recount, it could prolong other issues that are happening. So, with this good news of killing these two chiefs, it could make his life a bit easier there. Moving on to the marketplace, tech firms bulk up with debt. Sure enough, kind of in a surprise move, tech firms are raising capital through debt, taking advantage of the thawing credit markets. Now, these are primarily software companies, which don't have nearly the overhead and the challenges that hardware companies may have. And the companies that are included in this roll-up or this raising of capital through debt include SAP, Adobe, Salesforce.com, and others. And they have raised upwards of $1 billion selling debt for the first time in their histories. Now, this is, like I said, a big change for the software companies, and it does poise for some M&A action because having all of this cash typically leads to one primary thing, the ability excuse me, to acquire other companies. And this entire process was much cheaper than selling stocks that would dilute their companies. Now, second up on the marketplace is something a little scary, and it's been mentioned before, but it definitely deserves being re-mentioned. Google attackers get access to their code. Attackers who breached their system last year gained access to computer code for the software that authenticates users of their Google's email, calendar, and other online programs. So if you are like me, have a Gmail account or a Google Apps account or any of the above different accounts, it might be a good idea to change that password. The nature of the attacks and the perpetrators remain unclear. Google has disclosed that these attacks back in January and believe that they came from China. Sources are saying that the attacker gained access to code by compromising a workstation that was used by one of their engineers. Definitely one to watch. Money and investing. Moving on, the Dow up 73.39 with banks back in favor. Now, we just heard from the software companies that were getting debt. It appears that, as with all things, it rolls downhill and outward from there. Traders are remaining uncertain about possible changes to the rules, and this could be a pitfall overall for the markets, but right now the financial stocks appear to be in the driver's seat. Citigroup was up 7% with strong results, and believe it or not, Goldman recovered from an early dip to post a 1.6% gain. Now, second up in money and investing, fooled SEC Fed knew all, even if he didn't. Kind of a crazy headline. What does that mean? Well, former Lehman Brothers chairman and CEO Richard Gould plans to tell lawmakers that regulators knew everything in real time as they were nearing bankruptcy. Now, this pits him against others that are testifying with him in this whole entire process. This also comes after a report on the collapse of Lehman Brothers has raised questions that the executives, including the CEO, intentionally misled investors to mask huge losses. Imagine that. The secrets that's happening at Wall Street that you and I don't know about. Oops. I'm talking about that DVD again. Hang on, I'll get right to it. Last up, this comes as Congress is attempting to pass many regulations. We've talked about a few over the past few days, and with this overhaul, it could create a bunch of new things in the financial markets. So with that, that closes out our Wall Street Journal update. Now, if you would, remember these four letters, CAYM. CAYM. That stands for Conspiracy Against Your Money. That's the DVD I would be more than happy to send to you. Simply go to the web address that's listed below here on this site, as well as in the information below. Just click on that website, put in your name, email, and phone number, but add to your name those letters, CAYM. Just add those letters to it. I'll send you an email, and we'll get your address, and I'll send you out the DVD. Well, until next time, I hope you have a great day. Take care and find your passions. Until next time.